Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I've got the latest Tonic Showcase die set, and this one is called the Sweet Spring Basket. There are 31 dies in this, and just look at the beautiful little basket with or without a handle, and there's loads of different things you could use that for. And of course, it says Sweet Spring Basket, but you could make it for any season you want. It would be absolutely gorgeous for a little Christmas basket, and you could put all sorts of things in there as well. But use your imagination and make sure you get the max out of all the die sets that you get. If you have a look here too, you'll see that this will fit through a smaller die cutting machine, but you'll need a longer plate because this is quite long, or you could just cut a plain strap yourself for that. But I use a Tonic Tangerine, which is absolutely fantastic. And you can see here that although this is the showcase and it came with a folder and whatnot, I have actually taken it out of that and put it onto my big magnetic die stand because that just suits me fantastic for the way I'm working. I wouldn't be without this. It's just fantastic. I'll put the link to that down below as well, which reminds me that maybe you'd like to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. You'll see loads of things. I'm always busy. I'm always enjoying what I'm doing, and hopefully that rubs off too and you can enjoy watching. And if you would subscribe and hit that notification bell, you'll be able to catch up with all of the videos as they come along, and that really helps my channel. What helps me even more is if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment, because that way that helps promote my channel and it helps me come back to give you more content. As well as that, down below the video in the description, I will have my affiliate links to everything that I use here. So as well as subscribing being free, using my affiliate links doesn't cost you anything either, but that does support my channel. So thank you so much to everybody who already does that. Now, I'm coming back to this again because I want to just show you quickly through the dies. As I said, there are 31 of them. When you open up the package, you'll find all the instructions in here. At the first part here, this will be the cutting list. So that will tell you exactly how many pieces you need to cut of everything. And then it shows you how to make the little basket up here, how to make a strawberry, how to make a carrot, and then, what's that? Creating a non-gift strawberry or carrot. I'm not even sure what that means, but I'm sure I will as I go ahead and make them up. But I really love the look of this because I think, you can get plenty of use out of these, as I said. This would be really beautiful with little flowers in it, and maybe in a Christmas sort of theme or an autumnal theme, or as this spring basket, and you could use the last kit that just came out and put the little bunny on there. There's all sorts of different things that you could do with that. Actually, hold on just one second. I'm going to get my little bunny basket, which is just right here. Wasn't too far away. And you can see here that even whenever I make this little basket up, this little bunny could go on the front of that. So do have a little look back through all of the die sets that you have. You might have something that I haven't thought of, and you could use it on there as well. Anyhow, I need to show you how to make this, but I just want to have a quick look at these and just see what we can do here. But I'm reckoning these are the carrot pieces here and here and here, and then, sorry, here and here, and then these are the strawberry pieces. But this would be part of the little box, and this and this. But you've got little flowers here, foliage and whatnot, that you're going to be able to use with all sorts of different things as well. And then this, which says, let me see, sweet gift, and very nice somewhere here. And this one I'm not too sure because I can't read it on there. It's pink and I can't really see it very well. But anyway, we'll see that. Let's have a little look. Keep calm and carrot on. Oh, dear. Okay, right, now we know what it is. I'm going to do some die cutting and I will be right back, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what this looks like. Well, I've done lots of die cutting and I've got 4 of these cut out, and these are for the lid. I've also cut out the little decorative panel, and I thought that was really gorgeous. That's from the Pastel Parade paper pad. There's some pink gingham in there, and then this beautiful sort of aqua gingham. I'm going to put it on here, but I'm going to do some inking first. So I'm going to leave those 4 aside. But you can see here on this large handle bit, I've just left this in the die. You see this lovely embossed detail? You can pick that up really easy. You can run it through with your die cutting machine with your embossing mat. But if you, like me, are a bit lazy and you can't be bothered looking for the mat, because I don't use it that often, just take a stylus and run it very quickly in through all those. You'll be able to feel them with the edge of the stylus and run the whole way down there. It's very quickly done, but it makes those little pieces stand out just that bit more, and that means they'll pick up the ink better, because I'm going to do some inking now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to ink all of these edges. And as I said, although I have cut these panels out and don't want to put them on yet, the reason that I have actually folded these and burnished them first is so that I can ink along those edges. And if you just leave them flat, you're going to miss that. So it's a good idea just to do that, and then you'll be able to just run along the edges. I've done 4 of these as well, and again I've burnished all the little fold lines here and here. So you can see, first of all, I'm definitely going to be inking these, and then I'll pop the little patterned panels on those and set those aside for the meantime, and come back and add the base and these side pieces together here. First of all, some inking. Right, that was a lot of inking, but it was definitely well worth it. And I've inked this up as well just by running a little sponge right across the top of that and picking up that detail. And I also ran it down the edge there too, just the edge of the ink pad, like this, right the way down there. Now, coming back to these pieces, I've got a base here, and then I've got my 4 sides, and I'm going to just attach all of these together by gluing this tab underneath here. I'm going to put the glue on there right round like that, and then put this in here so that those the little rounded bits are all aligned perfectly. So can you see there how that just aligns there? And that should be good to go. So just make sure that it still folds up. You've got everything in the right place. You can go ahead and do that with all 4 of those. When you've done that, you can turn it upside down and add your last little panel, because we've got 2 of these cut. You can add the last one in underneath there. Again, just make sure everything's lined perfectly, because this is your only chance to do that. Once the glue sets, well, you can't really move it. So there we are. So I'm going to do the 4 of those, then glue these little tabs together. I'm just going to do this now to show you, and then I can carry on. But that little tab will just go in behind there and make a lovely, neat little corner. Just make sure you have it all in the right place, like so, and hold it for a second or two until that glue grabs. There we are. So I'm going to glue that, as I said, and then come back and put this panel on over the top, and that will cover all of the glue tabs that are on the bottom. Now that we've got the basket made up, I'm going to start assembling the top of it. So this is the little glue tab in this case, and I'm going to take the 4 of these and join them all in one big line, just by attaching each of those glue tabs to the neighbour. Now when you come to make this part up, just make sure you have all these little pieces folded this way. So they're going to sort of head into the centre of this, rather than be folded downwards. They're all going to fold in the way. And then just tuck each little straight edge in behind the sort of angled one, and glue the little tab below it together. And that will be a little reinforcement for the next part of the lid. So if you just Catch that like that and make sure both of those are perfectly lined up, like so. And then you can work around each corner, just making sure you've got it the same. But hold on each time until you're absolutely certain that the glue has sort of grabbed on that, because you don't want to move on until that's in place. Next one here, tuck that straight corner in below there, and again, put glue on here, fold this over and hold that together. And then you can move on and do the other two. Now we need to attach this piece onto this one. So you can just add a line of glue around here, the whole way around, and then that top slides on over the top of that, and you can hold that in place until that glue grabs. So it's just like this the whole way around there. Now, the easiest way, it's easy anyhow, but if you just set it down like that and pop this on over the top, that should just slide down nice and neatly over all four corners there and hold that in place. And then if you want to just push those sides together, you can just go like that, put your finger up in there and hold those together. And then just leave it aside for a moment or two and make sure that's really well grabbed before you move on. But now it's kind of looking like a lovely little basket already. Now at this stage you could leave it like that and put a little handle and leave it open, or you can add the little top in. So we've got this, and that fits in here, that's that rounded piece. So you can put that on, or you can cover that, and I'm going to cover it with some of the beautiful paper here that matches the side of that. So I'm going to take the same die again and just cut that out. So that's this rounded piece here. I'm going to cut that and glue it onto that, and that will make it nice and strong as well. So I have got this piece ready then just to set in on the top, and I suppose that some of the little things that you could attach to the top of that, then you could really lift this off with that, but I thought I would like to add a little bit of ribbon. Now it doesn't say anything about this in the instructions, so this is just a little thing that I wanted to do myself. I have measured, well, I've actually just drawn a little line from here, and then where it intersected in the centre, I have just taken my pokey tool and poked around there and made a little hole, and I've got a tiny little loop of ribbon. I don't really want this to be too big and then it would get in the road, so I'm just going to fold it over in half like so, pop it in through there like that. Now I probably need to take my pokey tool to do that. Yeah, and grab it in through the other end. Now I really don't want to leave that too big at all, so I've probably got too much ribbon there. Something about that size, I think. And I'll probably snip off the back of that. Yeah, that's about fine. I have punched out a little circle, or die cut a circle. It's actually with this die from the set here. I'm going to put glue just around here. Bring that back over like so. And then I'll pop this right over the top. So there's no knot, there's nothing there that's going to sort of get in the road and make a mess of this. Just pop that right over the center, and because it's self-colored, then it's not too in your face, too bold or outstanding, if that's a better word. And we've got this little loop here, and that means that you can lift this in or out, and well, I was going to say Bob's your uncle, but Bob's your uncle, there you are, that'll do. Now we can go ahead and add this little strap or little top of the basket part on. So I have gone to both sides here, and again just marked, well, you can see it's right above here and it's in the center there, so I've put a little mark on both sides there. I have cut out, let me see now, 4 little circles and 2 large ones. So we've got one of them already made up here, and I'm just going to show you how to do the other one. So on the large circle here, I've got these 2 small ones, so I'm going to show you the dies. So actually this one here will cut out the larger one, and this cuts out the smaller one. Or indeed there's actually a little die that cuts the 2 smaller ones out together. So anyway, I've got 2 of these. I'm going to glue these together, 2 small ones, just like that. And then I'm going to glue those onto the back of this larger circle right in the center. Okay, now we'll set that aside to dry, and I'll go to the one that I have made, and that's already dried. And we'll set this over. So right here, this is going to get attached on there, but we want to put this on first. So we'll just give that a little curve or a little shape around like that, and set that down right there. And the only part of this that you want glue on is this center part here. Don't put it too far out to the edge, because if you do, it might come out and go somewhere where you don't want it. You can pop this right over the top like that, and then pop that right onto the center here and hold it down. So that means that your little handle should be free moving, or move freely whenever you try to turn it. But just hold that, don't try to move it until the glue's dried. Then you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I have also taken a little smaller one of these, cut it again, and I'm going to put that right on there. I was kind of tempted to add something else onto it, but I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Move this over and do the same on the other side. So put this in through here, glue just on there, and pop that right down there again. Hold that, and then when that's dry, I'll pop this on the other side, just on the top there. Is 13 centimeters across, and that's a square then. And from here to here, I think that's about 10. Yep, 10 centimeters. So that's a really good size. You could decorate the top of that with flowers right from here. Lift that little lid off, and you could have whatever you wanted inside there. Or, as I said before, you could just leave the lid off and put something really nice in there. Tissue paper maybe first, or little shavings, and then something really, really beautiful inside it, because it's a gorgeous little basket just as it is. But I'm going to go ahead now and make some of the little strawberries, I think, first of all. So now I know exactly what it means by, let's just have a look at this to get the wording right, a strawberry and a non-gift strawberry, the gift box strawberry. So this is the one that's completely closed up, and you'll need to cut 6 of those sides out first with this die. And we have 6 of those. And there's one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's my last one. And I just want to show you that there are little marks on there, but they didn't come out very, very distinctly with the die cutting machine. So I'm just going to put some little dots. And this is is it a dual dot marker it's called? Yeah, I do use this quite a bit for little things like this. In fact, I've used it for strawberries before. So just some little dots down there. And then you can take your little bone folder, give that a little shape like that, and fold all of those glue tabs back like that. Now you're going to take the larger of the hexagons, so there's 2 different sizes here, and this is the larger one, and glue the larger glue tabs, each of those, after you've curved them all and burnished all the little fold lines back. Just pop each one of those the whole way right around there until you have them all on. Line them up really carefully. And then when you've those on, you can go ahead and glue all these side tabs together. Now you can go ahead and add glue onto these little tabs and add the smaller hexagon onto that, and that keeps it all closed up, and that's the little strawberry made then. Try it the right way around, Ruth. That just goes on there. And because it's flat at the top, you can actually just set it down and press that down, and those little glue tabs should all connect really, really well. Now, while that's drying, I'm just going to set it aside for a moment or two. While the glue is drying on that, which really only takes a minute or two, I'm going to go ahead with these. So these are the little leaves, and you can see I've used this little die and cut it out twice with that. I have just gone with a little bone folder in at the leaves here and turned them back, and then I'm going to glue one directly on top of the other just by that little circle in the center. That goes right on there and connects that up and makes the two pieces join up just perfectly like that. So that looks really, really nice. And I'll bring these up a little bit more because that's the way strawberries are. And we'll put some glue on here and pop that right on to the top part here. Now I'm going to create the little sort of gift box that's made from a strawberry. And I've taken 6 of these. So these are the actual pieces that you'll need along with the little hexagons as well. So you'll need one big hexagon, one small hexagon, and 6 of each of these. So I have got the small ones again at the bottom here, and there we are. We're just going to burnish all those little fold lines and put glue on this little tab, and I've already got some of these on here. It's just a case of lining them up with the base again like that, just like that, and again here, and then when I've got all of those on, you just need to glue the little side pieces together. So just get that on first, and then put glue on the glue tabs at the sides and go the whole way around until you have a little cup shape ready. So that's the little top part made. I've glued the leaves onto there, and now I've got 6 of these, which is this one, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. Now you'll just want to put glue on all of these parts, and I think I may have said at the beginning not to fold those over. Well, you do need to fold them over, and now's the time that you'll do that. So fold each one of those down in, and if necessary, you can just put a little peg on them and hold them until the glue dries, but it's really just a matter of pressing them in. I'm going to use my little pegs because they're dead handy. It means I can move on to the next thing as one's getting held there. And there we are. When that glue's dry, then the top of this just fits right over the top. Oh, it is really nice, isn't it? I've put this little strawberry down on top here with another 2 strawberries that are not the actual ones that open. And I'm guessing that you could probably glue those to the top of that and even glue that one down by the base. And that way you could just lift that lid off with that. But I've left them loose because that's just the way I liked it. And this little ribbon then does the opening and closing bit for you. So I've put a little label on here, little tag, and I've cut it out with some craft card using this little die, and then I've used this one in the center. I've actually cut it out first with this, and then I've cut it out again with that over the top of it, and then I cut a plain one in white and put the white onto the back of that, and then that showed this very nice through there. So then that's it, almost finished, but I do want to add some little flowers onto the front of it here. I think that would be really, really nice. So I have used the large die here, and I've cut it out, large floral die. I've cut that out in white card, just sort of, it's 240 GSM. You could use thinner if you wanted because I'm going to shape these anyhow. So I've used that in white. I've cut this out in lemon. That's buttermilk lemon. Buttermilk yellow, I think it actually is. And then I've taken these 2 dies here and I've cut those out in green. So I've just really taken my bone folder and given those a little curl I think I've actually got 4 of them there, and I have made up some little flowers here. So I wanted to show you just how I've done that. Basically, I wanted to make it kind of like a strawberry flower, so I have just gone into the centre of each petal and given it a little shape, and then pop this down like that and glued it into the middle of this. Now I've also gone around the edges with a little finger dauber and some pink ink, and that gave me that lovely pink around the edge there. So buttermilk crystal drops into the centre, and I'm going to leave it sitting just like that so that they don't drop down, because I've made the drops pretty big and I want to lay them flat just until they dry. Shouldn't take too long, and then I can pop those strawberries back in there. Well, I am going to make a second one, so I thought this time I'd like to make it just a little bit different, and instead of making a box that's all closed up like that, I'm going to make a little exploding box. So I'm just going to cut off these tabs, because obviously then I'm not going to have this all attached. And I just thought this was perfect for this, so I do hope it works. I've checked it and it seems to just be fine, but I'll know better in a minute. There we are. I have taken the lid and I've made it up to this stage, and I've taken the lovely little pattern dies this time. The last time I used the gingham, and this time I used both of these dies together. So that inner die and then the patterned one with the outside edge, and I've cut it in some gorgeous fuchsia pink card. And you can see here, I'm just going to check. Now I've already glued these on, and I still need to put my other panel on there, but just to make sure that this is going to open and not just sort of stay up like this and just sort of half open, you want to be sure that you just slightly edge those back so that they are inclined to actually fall open and fall flat. And then to put the box inside here, then all you'll need to do is the way you would do with a normal exploding box, just turn it up and set it inside the lid. And the lid then obviously this time has this lovely little ridge right around it, and it fits in there perfectly. So that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to decorate the top, but then when you take this off, there you are, you've got an exploding box and you can put something beautiful inside. And in this case, it'll probably be another little strawberry and some little flowers around it. So this time I have just backed this with some of the fuchsia card that's the same as the bottom here, and it doesn't really matter because that's underneath. You'll probably not see a lot of it. And then I've used some gingham card on the inside, and I'm going to lay this one aside just for a moment or two and concentrate on the top. So this is the same as the piece that sits in on the other one. This time I'm actually just going to glue it on here because the whole lid will lift off and that piece doesn't need to be movable at all. So I'm going to put it on there, and then I'm going to decorate it. Now you could decorate it before you put it on there. I'm just doing it this way. So that will just go right in there. And of course you can just put your hand in behind each of those and check that you've got them properly connected. Don't expect the glue just to grab if you don't press it together. It does really need to be pressed there, and that should hold that in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and decorate that. Now you can see a little gap in here, and I wanted to close that off. So I've taken some strips of card, and it didn't really matter what colour, but I've used this because it's 216 GSM, and that means it's quite easy to fold and put on, and it's not too bulky. So these strips are 9.5 centimetres by 2.5, and I've really just folded them down the middle and made little sort of brackets to hold this together. So they're just going on there. The others are already glued on, and it's really just a matter of setting it on there, and then I'm going to put a piece of card right over the top of that and cover it all up. And then on the inside here I've taken a piece of card that measures 11.5 centimetres by 11.5, and I'm just going to drop that down inside there once I've got some glue on it. I made lots of the flowers up and added them into the top here with a little piece of gingham in below, and there it is. So I just want to show you here. I can't remember if I had this gingham on the front there or not whenever I showed you the last bit. I've gone a little bit ahead because I didn't really think I needed to show you the making of the whole thing, because I'd already done that with this one here. So now I'm just going to show you how this lid lifts off, and I've got a little strawberry, or a biggish strawberry, inside that as well. So you just take the lid off like that and it falls open. So that's an exploding box with another little gift box inside. That's a cute little strawberry. So you can see then that I've added this piece in. I think I had done that, but then I used the little border die that I've used around here, and I've just put it along each edge here and then sort of trimmed it to match. And I think that turned out rather well. The only thing I'm not too sure about, and you can let me know what you think in the comments. So normally I would arrange the flowers a little bit more um, regularly. This is a bit more random, so there's two here and two here. I'm not sure that I'm dying about that, but I do quite like it, so I hope you like it too. But there you are, a little exploding box, and again, just turn it over like that. You can just actually put the lid on, but this is the easiest way. Just pop that down in, turn it up, and there's your little exploding box. Well, in true Columbo style, that will keep Margaret happy. I have got something else. So just one more thing. I wanted to show you how to make the carrot. So the carrot that opens and closes just like this one. Gosh, that's the weirdest sentence I think I've ever said, but they are. The carrot that's a little gift box that opens and closes like that strawberry is made from these two dies here. So you'll see they've both got a flat edge that go together, and that makes that one up. But we want to make one up like this that's just a little decoration and it doesn't open or close. And I wanted to show you how to do that because it's not in any of my samples. So I've gone ahead a little bit here, and it's made with this die, and this time you only need to cut out one of the hexagons. It's not the one at the that will fit on at the bottom as we do with the strawberry. So you'll need 6 of these. I've done a slight little bit of inking because, they look a bit more organic that way, and that's what we like in carrots. So I have gone ahead with this, curved it a little bit, just like that with my bone folder, and then folded all the little glue tabs back. And now I'm just going to add glue on here, right down there. And just make sure that you get it right down to that bottom edge there, because that's important. Well, it's all important, but that piece, you really, really want to get that edge nice and tight. So hold these pieces up like that. Just let the glue grab for a second or two right along that edge. Bring it in and hold. Once that glue has grabbed there, you can move on and just follow the curve around here. So you put your thumb or finger in behind. I've put my thumb on top and my finger in behind there, and I'm just pushing this out slightly because you're able to do that with the way you've sort of given it a little bit of shape with your bone folder, and turn it around if you need to, and just hold those pieces in place. And really, that's it. That's all there is to it. You can go ahead and do the rest of them. I've got everything else done there except this last one, which I'm going to put on now. When I get the last one on, I'm just going to fold these top pieces over, put this on, and then add these little leaves. Well, that's me finished, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. I need to rush off now and get these to the post office because that was a big, big rush for me, because these die sets didn't even arrive until after the deadline when my samples were supposed to be back in Wales. So I'm in a big hurry now to get them wrapped up and posted. But I haven't actually enjoyed making them up, so I hope you've enjoyed watching too. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the things that can help if you are so inclined. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget that my affiliate links are down below in the description of the video as well. But more than anything, thank you very, very much for watching. And until next time, happy crafting. Thank you. Bye bye.